Hey, Al, Brad here with another repair video. Finished up a Smash TV board for customer Darren. I haven't been taking these Y unit boards on in a while. There was just a lot of issues, people converting boards and then they weren't working and then trying to send them to me to fix. And then, I would put a lot of effort into getting these things working because there's all kinds of jumpers if you some of these conversions. And they get them back and just flip them for money. So I just kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to get out of the Y unit gig for a while here. So anyway, this customer had a Joust 2 board set that was having some problems. I was really interested in making sure I could help him out with that. And so he talked me into sending in a Smash TV with it. His original Smash just failed, in the game. So going to go over the board with you real quick. I'll film it, and then I've got this set up to stream and capture the gameplay right from it. And so we'll do that. Let me switch over to the bench cam here. And so here is the Smash TV Y unit board. Um, Tore this thing down, all the EPROMs, U99 back here. Got it down to where it was just the main two boot ROMs, EPROMs U89 and U105. Tried swapping out the RAM, a few other things, some of the RAM over here, and the board was watchdogging all the time. Just it would start to do a RAM test and then just reset over and over and over. So tracked it down all the way back to one of these PLDs, these security chips here. Had another one on a scrap board, swapped it in, and got it back to life. After that, I went and upgraded the EPROMs here to version 8 of Smash TV with Pleasure Dome. I went through and polished the edge connector. You can't see it here. It's real nice, both sides. Put a little deoxit on it, and then changed all the electrolytics on the board. There's one here, one right here. There's one in the back corner here, and one up here. So the customer did send in the soundboard with it, with the inner board wiring here. So this takes power and ground from the main board, which comes in from JAMA, and routes it back here to the soundboard. And then coming off the soundboard is you could drive a speaker directly with this, but it's routed back through that same harness to the board and then out through JAMA. So you can make all your connections on Smash TV via the JAMA. So on the soundboard here, I did go through and strip this down, changed all the electrolytics here, the old ones, tons of electrolytics. I do change out this tall crystal oscillator here. They tend to fail. And when I put the low profile ones on, I do have a resistor change that gets the amplitude nice and big. Also on these boards were kind of made generically for different games, and they had the ability to take in another audio source, which wasn't being used. So they put a jumper on it. It's just a loop that bypasses those two, and people can. It's easy to get confused. What I do is I pull that whole header off, and I just put a 0 ohm bridging resistor here. Got that. Where the aluminum electrolytics were in many locations, I use these 10 microfarad tantalums. They're rated for 35 volts, so you'll never have an issue. We do have 3 radio electrolytics here, and then on the audio output amplifiers, I've got new 470 microfarad and 1000 microfarad. So, and then it's wiped down, cleaned up, and fully tested. I do have one of my volume pops I'm using for testing. Customer did not send that in. So let me get this set back. Sorry about that. Hopefully you're not too seasick. Let me get back over here and we'll do some gameplay. So let me get myself centered. So I've got it right now. Again, I've got a capture device, so got a little remote control here. I'm gonna hit the power. You'll see it do the RAM test. Hear the little happy tune. The audio board does that on its own. It'll beep like that. That little Williams logo in the upper right is just on all my screens, so it's not on the gameplay screen. And you can see now she boots right into game, and when it was booting, it might have flashed, that it's on version 8. Let me turn the volume up just a wee bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and coin it up.
Bingo! Bingo! Bingo!
We'll hit start.
Let's go!
This is such a fun game.
Bingo! Bingo! Bingo!
So you can see she's playing real good. I'll drop into diagnostics here real quick. Some of the diagnostic tests here, we'll test the soundboard. Again, these soundboards have basically three separate components to them. You've got regular analog output, digital to analog output. There's a speech chip similar to used on the earlier like Sinistar and stuff like that. And then there's a Yamaha special effects chip that does the tunes and all that kind of stuff. So it'll test all three separate sections of the board here.
No way!
Awesome. And I think we saw the CPU test already when it first booted. We can go in and do some switch tests. I've tested the board. It's all good there. Getting out of that, you can see the player one moving the joystick here. Got my little PlayStation controller. Got player one start, player one coin. To get out of this, you have to hit P1 start and P2 start it simultaneously. So I did hook that up on my PlayStation controller there. So that takes us back. I can go down, return to main menu. You can go ahead and do your bookkeeping, game adjustments, and all that stuff here as well. And yeah, just flash version 8 up there. So anyway, she's good to go. I'm going to get it. It did run overnight on the bench without any issues. And so I'm going to get this one off, and I'm going to start working on that Joust 2 board set. So we'll probably see you back for that. Thanks for watching.